Hi folks, today's video is the third in my series about books on my shelves in different categories, I guess, that I find inspiring and interesting and maybe I haven't talked about before. So this video itself is all about picture books, and these aren't my favourite picture books from childhood or anything like that. In fact, they're all really quite recent releases. Some of them have come out within the past year or so. So without further ado, here's the first one. This is The Gold Leaf by Kirsten and Matthew Forsythe. It's got this lovely cloth bound spine and a beautiful matte cover, and then inside, most excitingly, there's gold inside. So this is a bit like The Rainbow Fish, which is a book that had a fish with a glittery scale in it, and each page would have a bit of glitter on it, which is great. This has got a bit of gold foil on most of the pages. This one there, it's being stolen away because it's shiny. This is obviously a great kind of autumnal book. Oh, it's just so gorgeous. So these illustrations they're quite simple, but they have a real charm to them, and I love this limited colour palette. Again, it's very autumnal. So it's just a really, really beautiful book. And I'll just show you on the back as well, you've got a lovely little illustration. The second one is this one here. It's Teacup by Rebecca Young and Matt Ottley. And this came out a few years ago, probably 3 years ago. Yeah, 2015. And it was published by Scholastic in Australia. So I'm not actually sure if you're able to get this very easily elsewhere, but this is one of the most beautiful picture books I have ever seen. As you can see, the cover is beautiful. Well, that's the cover spread inside. Just the minimal look of these pages, that you've got one focal point, like up here with the boat, and then the rest of it is just quite empty really, or has a texture in it. And the fact that it's full of the sea is great. Sea and sky. I mean, look at that. The light in the sky there, and the almost silhouetted figure in the boat. And it's a lovely story as well, but I mostly love this because the illustrations. Oh, see, I love whales. Whales are some of my favourite animals. And the fact that they're there and they look like they're swimming in the sky because it's reflected in the water. It reminds me of Life of Pi a bit, actually, the aesthetics of that film. So if you like that, you'll probably like this as well. The third one is quite different again. This again has got a lovely cloth bound spine. This is by Flying Eye Books, and it is Leaf by Sandra Dykman. And I love her style of drawing foliage and animals, and that's pretty much what she's all about. She's great. Lovely spot UV on both the figure of the bear and the title there. The end papers are beautiful, and there's a little book plate where you can pop your name. Each page of this is gorgeous. I mean, beautiful illustration plus animals, and you can't really go wrong. In fact, all of these are either absolutely about animals, or they've got animals in them, like the Teacup one with the whales. I love the colours in here too. Then, of course I've got Franklin. Copper and navy blue are just two colours you cannot go wrong with. And look, oh, I could just look at this all day. I really could. And the fact that the foil is also on the spine and on the back. This is by Jen Campbell and illustrated by Katie Harnett. And the illustrations really bring Jen's beautifully written and imagined story to life. I'll show you a bit of the variety of style in here. So it's one of the lighter coloured ones. A lot of texture in Katie's work as well. Let's find one with Franklin. Oh, yeah, there's Franklin and Luna. Oh, it's just so sweet. And I love the weight of paper that's been used to create this as well. It's printed on quite a thick paper stock. It's got a nice, you hear that? Yep, nice crisp sound to it, and nice feel to it too. It definitely would have been a favourite of mine as a child. The final one is a a little bit ridiculous, but I love it so much. Miss Moon by Janet Hill. It's wise words from a dog governess. Her aesthetic, I'm completely into. The red hair and the victory rolls, but the fact that it's also dogs just makes me so happy. Okay, so I'll show you the end papers first, which are fab. And then underneath the dust jacket, it's another one that's just beautiful underneath. I'll show you the back. It's just got this beautiful dog, maybe a retriever. The front, it's Miss Moon. And this has got a texture on it, so it looks like it's a cloth man spine, but it's actually not. But it still does feel really nice in your hands, regardless. And I just love all the detail of the pattern in the background. Looks like a lovely kind of Victorian or Edwardian wallpaper. Shall we look at the inside of the book? I'll stop talking about the outside. It's about this woman who just looks after lots and lots of dogs and seems to be quite posh. And it's her advice for life. So, lesson 2, be true to your adventurous spirit. So it just has little sayings like that, and then beautiful illustrations of dogs in hot air balloons, and they've got little hats on, and it's adorable. Number 11 is a tidy space is a welcoming space. Not so tidy space there with the dogs. Look at the pug with the beret on. So, those were the picture books on my shelves that inspire me and just make me smile. So, do you have any recommendations of beautiful picture books that I or others who are watching this should have a look at? Anyway, if you would like to see my own work, my book designs, you can have a look at my website or my Instagram. The website is hollydundesign.com and I am at hollydundesign on Instagram. As always, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!